Astoria has pulled up beautifully from his luckless run in the ATC Derby, and for that reason he's pressing on here to the Frank Packer plate over 1.25 miles. The colt has continued to train on beautifully. I was quite confident of a big performance from him that day, where he could have found himself in the placings, but nevertheless this looks like a very good opportunity at set weights for him to pick up his first win of the preparation. MANICURE looks like giving herself an excellent chance in picking up a group race here this weekend in the time-honoured JB CARR Stakes. The filly was really impressive, 3 wide with cover, going down narrowly last time, behind Hootson in the PJ belt, and looks like she's just trained on nicely, stepping up to 7 furlongs for the first time. She's a strong filly. She's got a great amount of masculinity about her, and she can really use that to her advantage this weekend. Also with the advantage of the set weights and penalties conditions here, where she's quite nicely in. BANISH has been quite luckless this preparation, having been blocked for a run in both of her starts. I think that will leave the filly with plenty of stored energy this weekend in the JB CARR over 1400 metres, and despite having to give weight away to her rivals, she should enjoy stepping up in distance, and if she can get a clear crack at them, I think she can run a very positive race. ENCRYPTION had a pretty tough run in the Group 1 size produce stakes, having to be used up a fair bit from his wide barrier. And he needed the week to get over that run, but the sort of work that he showed me in the early part of this week was very strong, and I think stepping up to 1600 metres for the first time provides him a very interesting challenge, and whether or not he can bridge that gap, which was only narrow, to the place getters in the size produce. He's certainly training on with plenty of condition, and now that he's arriving here 5th up, he's got the grounding to be running a big race here, and we're certainly also looking forward to seeing what he can do when he improves as a 3-year-old next time in work. HARTNELL makes his return to racing this campaign after a 6-week break between runs, and looks like he's coming into this race nice and fresh, just the way we aimed to have him. He enjoyed a nice little blowout from a barrier trial, but looks to have come on again, and in a race that looks like it's going to contain plenty of pressure, he should enjoy getting back to Randwick, where he hasn't raced since finishing second to Winks 12 months ago in the Queen Elizabeth. He's in good shape, and it would be satisfying to see him back in the form that saw him defeat Brave Smash first up in the Group 1 CF4. It somewhat runs first up in the all-age stakes this campaign, after a solid preparation last time in, where he was able to run 2 weight for age placings in the spring. He has had a couple of solid hit-outs prior to this first up run, and at a distance that should be a little too far below his most comfortable. We still feel that it somewhat can run quite a cheeky race. He just has had that look about him lately, and he's going into this race working very well, and with a fresh record that's not too bad. I could see him running a pretty interesting race for us at weight for age first up. Interlocutor looks like he has improved a bit since finishing unplaced last time at Rosehill, as he steps up to 1.25 miles here, which should really play into the horse's strengths. He raced beautifully last preparation over a middle distance at Randwick, and he's raced like a horse this time in that's looking for that sort of ground, and his track work has looking impressive as he heads into this next target. Tally will have the blinkers go back on here for the JRA plate, and although we would love to see him stepping out over a little further than the 1.25 miles here, has trained on really well with a nice little gap between runs since his last start on Neville Selwood, where he wasn't disgraced, getting home nicely from too far back in the field.